Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wake the hell up, turn the volume way up, because we've got this week's episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. We got a big one, as they've all been big lately. We got the college football playoff quarterfinal episode here tonight, baby. Max Faulkner over there, Matt Cobold over here. Max, what's going on, brother?
Not too much over here, Cole Breezy. We are getting ready for the new year. 2025, Cole Breezy. 2025.
Said we wouldn't make it.
Who? Who's
the haters. The haters.
Haters, yeah.
Yeah. They're always chirping.
The people
always
with
chirping.
the picket signs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Always chirping.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're still here. And
yeah.
I think we're going to have another great year here. A great college football playoff. The first year we're having it. And I got to say, we'll get into these games in a second, Cole Breezy, but it is a lot of fun. It is really cool. You know, we got college basketball heating up. We're talking about conference play coming up for college basketball, Cole Breezy. We're not going to get into that today, everybody, but we will be diving in deep pretty soon, especially after this college football playoff. But other than that, Cole Breezy, you know, same old over here. You know, you got to work. You know, it's the holidays, so that's nice. You know, celebrating Christmas with family.
How was your Christmas? Let's hear about your Christmas.
Oh, it was great. Thanks for asking. Cole Breezy changed it up a little bit this year. I made a pot roast. Okay. Oh. I made a pot roast in the crock pot for 6 hours. Okay. Oh, that beef just melts in your mouth. You have that with some mashed potatoes, homemade. Everything's homemade. And something that we do every Christmas, I made it this year. Usually my mom does, but I made it this year. Manicotti. Have you ever had manicotti, Cole Breezy?
I don't believe I've heard of manicotti.
Well, it's an Italian dish, obviously.
Okay.
Just think of like a shell noodle, right? But it's a little bit longer. Okay, a little bit longer. You stuff that bad boy with ricotta, mozzarella, and Parmesan cheese, chopped up parsley. All right, you stuff that bad boy. You bake it for about 45 minutes. Put some red sauce and mozzarella on it. Boom, that's it.
Damn.
Delicious. It was damn good.
That sounds good. Ricotta cheese, you said? I like
ricotta.
I like ricotta.
Ricotta's good. Yeah. Underrated cheese right there, everybody. Ricotta.
I might have to have a top 10 cheese ranking. You know, we want to do NFL head coaches ranking. We did a college basketball head coaches ranking. We might need to do a cheese ranking sometime.
Well, I hope we're not talking about any from under cheese. Some
yeah.
toe cheese. You know, I don't want any of that. Toe jam.
But Munda cheese is people like it. People like it. They like the little kick to it. They like the kick to the Famunda.
Yeah, it sounds a little salty, a little too salty for my taste. Gooch jelly. I mean, that doesn't fall into the same category as cheese, but you know, it's salty. I mean, both on the levels of salty, no doubt. Go Breezy, what's going on over there, man? What's happening in Denver? Oh, you just came back from Indiana.
Just came back from Indiana from the playoff. Went to the Notre Dame IU game. If you watched 2 weeks ago, stopped in Omaha with our buddy Brad. Did the episode over there where we picked those 4 games that you see along your side there, Max. That's an awesome blue screen behind you.
Yeah,
love that bracket. But yeah, spent the holidays, spent Christmas with my family. Definitely saw some extended relatives and some buddies from high school, and
nice.
Definitely a good time for sure. But yeah, back in Denver. Back excited for this playoff. It's New Year's Eve tomorrow, and with that, we got the first game starting in the quarterfinals. Anything before getting into this to these matchups here?
Well, Cole Breezy, I think we should just go over a couple of the games from last week, just to do some brief talking points before we jump into the games that are about to happen.
Yeah, I feel like all the home teams were favored. They were the better teams at home. They should have been favored. And we thought there could have been some close games. We all picked Tennessee over Ohio State. We were queefing.
Blowout.
All four games, there was a 20-point deficit in all 4 of them. They all covered their spreads. They all won by double digits. Not really surprised because the better team was at home, but I wanted to see more competitive games. I was a little disappointed in the first round, Max.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Cole Breezy. Especially like we said, the Tennessee-Ohio State matchup. I think Brad picked Tennessee to win the whole damn thing. So he's done. All right, he's done. We're not going to have him on anytime soon. Just kidding.
Come on, Brad. Put the drinks down, Brad.
Read the comments section, Brad. Read the comments because the people are telling you talk about the college football playoff, man.
Pretty funny. Pretty funny.
Anyway, shout out to Brad. We will be having him on a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I am disappointed. I am disappointed as well. I thought it was going to be closer, but once again, it's the first college football playoff. Everything was favored, and when you have a home games are hard. Or when you're on the road, it's hard to win. It's hard to win, even in college basketball too. It's the same
college
thing.
basketball. You're right.
Yeah, so
you're right.
You got your home field advantage really matters, people, especially in college sports.
Yeah, but no more home games here through the playoff. These are all going to be neutral fields now, and NFL stadiums. Anything else before we get into these picks, making final score predictions, some X factors, anything else, Max?
I think that's all I got for you, Cole Breezy. Let's just jump right into it.
Let's get into it, baby. First game tomorrow night, 5:30 Mountain Time on New Year's Eve on ESPN. In Glendale, Arizona, we got the Fiesta Bowl. The Penn State Nittany Lions are taking on the Broncos of Boise State out of the Mountain West Conference. Penn State is 11.5-point favorites in this one. My goodness.
Wow.
Penn State last week, we just talked about it. They beat the shit out of SMU. Those ponies from Dallas, they're too cold. Too cold for them. 38-10. It was 28-0 at halftime. That wasn't a game. That wasn't a game. Boise State, they won the Mountain West Conference Championship. They got the 3 seed. Shout out to the Broncos. 3 seed, hats off to you. Max, how are you feeling about this Fiesta Bowl? Penn State, Boise State.
Wow. I think this is a great matchup to lead off this next Elite Eight. Okay, I think this is a great game. Okay, Penn State looking good. Okay, they're always a defensive team, man. They're really gritty, man. They're stingy. They're stingy on that defense. But dude, Boise State. That running back, my man. That running back. I don't even know if I can.
Genty.
Thank you, Genty. That was what I was gonna say. Genty, dude, unfreaking real. We brought it up last time. I thought that he potentially should win the Heisman any other year for sure. And we're talking about a potential top 5 pick, which again we have not seen since Saquon Barkley. Okay, let's put that into perspective, everybody. Saquon Barkley just crossed 2,000 yards this season. He's going for the record. He's going for the record. I doubt he plays. He plays next week.
He shouldn't.
Jalen Hurts had a concussion. He was out. Why would you play? Why would you risk it? So I think 2,000 yards is more than enough for him. But let's go to Ashton Genty. I think he can just have a game here. Okay, I think he can have a game. We're talking over 100 yards. I'm thinking a couple touchdowns as well. I think it's going to be a closer matchup than you think, guys. And hey, Cobrazy, I am actually not going to go with the upset here. I am going Boise State because of Ashton Genty. Because of it.
I like it. Ashton Genty, he's a dog. We've been talking about it a lot. You want to talk about Saquon going for records? Ashton Genty's going for records. He's chasing Barry Sanders in college football, the most rushing yards in a season. I believe averaged 192 rushing yards a game this year. So I can see him going over 202, definitely. But, Max, I am going against you here. I'm going Penn State. End of the day, I don't think Boise State has enough talent outside of Genty. Now, I'm not saying Penn State can stop him. I'm not saying that. I just said he could have 202, and they can still lose. But Penn State, their defense is 9th in EPA per rush allowed. Their defensive line, they got NFL players there.
Yeah.
You leave it up to Boise State quarterback Maddox Madsen, and I got to go with Penn State. But Ashton Genty, he could run all over them for sure. But I like Penn State's running back duo, Nicholas Singleton and Katron Allen. There's a name for you, Katron.
Okay.
Katron. I like them both. It's a committee backfield here. 892 and 8 tutties for Katron and 928 yards and 8 more tutties for Singleton. It's a committee backfield. I like that because Boise State's defense is ranked 134 out of 134 teams in missed tackles allowed. There's 134 FBS teams, Max. They're ranked dead last in missed tackles allowed. Penn State's running back duo, they're fresh. Got the momentum from last week. I'm going Penn State 33-20. 33-20 Nittany Lions.
Okay, I forgot to toss out my score, Cole Breezy. I'm going to go 24-21 Boise State. 24-21, winning by a field goal.
Good game. Good game.
Could be the game winner on the goal line for Boise State. Ashton Jeanty getting into that end zone, man.
New Year's Eve tomorrow night in Glendale. You got to watch Ashton Jeanty. Like you said, he could be a top 5, top 10 pick in this year's draft. Moving along to the Peach Bowl at 11 a.m. Mountain Time on New Year's Day on ESPN in Atlanta, Georgia. We've got the Longhorns of Texas taking on the Sun Devils of Arizona State. Texas is actually 12.5-point favorites in this one.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Clemson 38-24. It was a one-touchdown game in the fourth quarter, a one-score game, and Texas scored late to make it 2 tutties, but I never thought Clemson was a threat there. I never thought Clemson was really a threat in that game.
Nah, it was a fun comeback by Clemson. Okay, and
Yeah.
I thought that because they were on the goal line, I think you remember, Cole Breezy, I think it was last 6 minutes of the game. They had they had a first down, 1 yard to go, and Texas stopped them 4 times.
Yeah.
4 times. Unreal.
Yeah. Texas beat Clemson 38-24. Arizona State is in this game because they won the Big 12 championship. They got the 4 seed because of it. They wouldn't have been in without that. In without that. Maxie, the Peach Bowl, Texas, Arizona State. Where you going?
Woo. This is also pretty fun. I think it's a little bit of a rematch here. Okay, because I'm sorry, hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong, because Texas, they're in the Big 12 for basketball. Are they in the SEC? No, okay. I'm just, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm getting so messed up with all these different teams.
They feel like a Big 12 team. They do. They feel like a Big 12 team for sure.
So hold on. So Texas is in the Big 12.
SEC.
They are in the SEC. See, I'm all fucked up. It's just sorry. The teams are everywhere. Freaking
it's gonna
Oregon.
take a while.
Oregon's in the Big 10. Stop it.
It's weird.
Jeez.
It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while to get used to.
All right. Anyway, Texas, SEC, or Arizona State now in the Big 12. We all know that. Yeah. Great matchup. But you know what? I'm going to say that the Big 12 was a little soft this year. A little soft for me.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely. I mean, come on, SMU, right? SMU is they're in the Big 12 now too, right?
ACC.
Oh my gosh! Don't even. Sorry, everybody. I went.
Yeah.
Forget it. Good for Arizona State for winning the Big 12, but hey, that is no SEC. Okay, SEC, they are the powerhouse, man. They are the powerhouse of football. I live down here in the South. You already know. Well, people are a little disappointed that the Tennessee Volunteers lost, but I'm seeing people with Longhorns T-shirts now. I'm seeing people with, obviously, Georgia. Georgia's 2 hours away, so people are wearing Georgia shirts. People still preparing for the Alabama game, because even though they're not even in the playoff. But yeah, I get it. But I got Texas, go Breezy. I got Texas, especially like we said, when they held Clemson on that goal line, 4 downs.
Oh yeah,
and turnover on downs, and I think they ended up scoring. I think after that I turned it off. I was like, that's it, that's the game.
That's it.
I think Texas not only has a great defense, but they do have a good offense. I like their quarterback. I think he takes. He tends to make some bad decisions with 10 interceptions. I will say that, but I do think that they have an elite offense.
Yeah.
So, hey, Arizona State, you got some guys on there too, but I am going Texas, go Breezy, no doubt about it.
I'm with you. Texas is better on both sides of the ball. They got NFL players on the defensive line, too many weapons on offense. They got the best wide receivers that Arizona State has seen this year. They got 5 pass catchers, over 400 receiving yards on the season. Quinn Ewers, he spreads it around, and I don't respect Arizona State's pass defense. I think it's going to be a big game for the receivers. Shout out Kenny Dillingham, though. The Arizona State head coach, 34 years old. These guys were picked dead last, 16th in the Big 12.
Wow.
And they fucking won it. I know Kurt Cignetti of IU won AP Coach of the Year, and shout out to him. He deserves it. But Kenny Dillingham needs to be in the discussion for that, too.
Yeah.
Shout out to their running back also, Cam Skattebo. 1,568 rushing yards and 19 tutties on the season. Shout out to him. We're going to be seeing him on Sundays. But I think we talked about it before the conference championship game against Iowa State, that Jordan Tyson, their leading receiver, was going to be out. He's done for the season. I think that's going to show up here even more. It didn't matter against Iowa State. I think it matters here. He caught 75 balls for 1,101 yards and 10 tutties on the season. That's a big loss. And Arizona State's red zone defense is ranked 101st. Texas is going to get in there. They're not going to be able to stop them. And listen to this one. The Sun Devils on the season have had 3 different kickers combined to make 9 of 17 field goal attempts. 3 kickers have made 9 field goal attempts. If this is a close game, it comes down to a late field goal. I can't trust the Sun Devils. I'm sorry. No. I got to go Texas 31-20 in this one.
Is that another 31-20, Cobrizi? Did you have both games 31-20? Is that what I heard?
I had Penn State 33-20 over Boise State. Close.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot to call out. I forgot to say mine. I got 28-21. All right, winning by a touchdown. Like you said, Cobrizi, with the field goals, I think Arizona State just gets maybe 3 touchdowns, 2 or 3. We'll see.
Man,
we'll see. Because Texas, man, oh my goodness, they got a good defense. It's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be more fun than we think. I wouldn't say Texas just absolutely runs them out of the stadium.
Sure,
wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not calling that.
3 kickers to combine to make 9 of 17 field goals for Arizona State. I can't trust it. And, you know, we had some close scores last week, and they all turned out to be double digits. I think these 2 games might be a little more lopsided than we want. Maybe.
Arizona State should try to sign that guy at the Cincinnati Bengals game that kicked a 40-yard field goal and won the whole stadium pizza.
Yep.
Call him up. You might have a better shot with him.
Throw him some NIL money. He'll be on campus.
Just give him some free pizza. Pizza. He'll be there. He'll be there.
Moving along, 3:00 Mountain Time on New Year's Day on ESPN in Pasadena, California. We got the Rose Bowl. Max, I'll never forget. Took a little lap around the Rose Bowl. You and I, Claudia and Kelly, that one time. That was a good time.
That was
beautiful. Fun. Pasadena's beautiful. But we got the Rose Bowl here, baby. We got Ohio State. We got Oregon. And damn it, Ohio State is favored by 2.5 points over the number 1 seed. I can't believe it.
Wow.
And this is actually a rematch from October 12th. These 2 teams played because somehow Oregon's in the Big Ten now. This is a conference rematch here. They played on October 12th. Oregon got them 32-31 in Eugene. That was a back and forth game. Came down. The clock ran out on Will Howard late, so Ohio State could have won that game. But the Buckeyes get here by whipping the shit out of Tennessee. We were high on Tennessee, like you said. Brad was drinking whatever he was drinking over there, and he picked him to one of his 3 or 4 champions of the bracket. But they whipped it. Ohio State whipped the shit out of Tennessee, 42-17. It was 21-0 at the end of the first. This wasn't a game. Oregon, like we said, they're the 1 seed. They're here because they're the Big Ten champions, the only undefeated team in the nation. Maxie, the Rose Bowl, Big Ten rivals, Ohio State and Oregon. Who you got?
Tightest game of this playoff. I'm telling you right now. It is a toss-up. The score I'm going to toss out, 38-35. That's what I'm going to bring up right here. 38-35. It could go either way. But I am going to go Oregon. I'm sticking with the Ducks. I am sticking with the Ducks. I could see the upset, but I like the quarterback. Okay, it goes up for the Heisman. Okay, I like what I'm seeing here in their rusher in James with over 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. They have another wide receiver in Johnson with 866 yards and another 10 touchdowns. Hey, don't get me wrong, Ohio State's got some guys too. That's why it's just a toss up here. But I'm sticking with them at least until this Final Four here with Oregon.
Yeah. This is a toss-up. This was the toughest game for me to pick of these 4, Max. This could be a situation where the team with the ball last wins the game. Whoever has the ball last is going to win the game. A tennis match, back and forth. Could be a lot of points. Could be a slugfest. I'm not really sure. But Maxie, Ohio State looked damn good last week in that win over Tennessee. Offensive line, we questioned it. It's improving. Oregon, the Ducks, a long layoff here, Max, a long time sitting around, 3.5 weeks since that Big Ten championship game. Okay. 3.5 weeks it's going to be. Ohio State, they've got more rhythm. They got more momentum. I think we quieted the Ryan Day hot seat talk. I think we quieted that. I think the players heard that. They took that personal. They had all that time sitting around after that Michigan loss. Damn it, Max, I'm going Ohio
Wow.
State. I'm
Wow.
going the Buckeyes to take down the 1 seed Oregon Ducks, 26-24. I think this is going to be a little tighter. I think this one's going to be a little tighter. I see the duo, Ohio State wide receiver duo of Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Egbuka going off. Both those guys are going to play on Sundays. Jeremiah Smith over 1,030 yards and 12 tutties. Emeka Egbuka over 820 yards and 9 more tutties on the season. I like those two guys that have big games. 26-24 Ohio State, but Max, toughest one for me to pick here. Toughest one for me to pick, the Rose Bowl.
No doubt about it, Cobras. And the Rose Bowl is arguably my favorite. Well, it definitely is. Actually, I'm sorry. It's not arguably. It is my favorite bowl game. It always has been. It always has been. It's the Big Ten taking on the Pac-12. Well, back in the day. Okay, hold on. It sounds a little suspicious here, because technically it would be the original Rose Bowl. But no, it's two Big Ten teams facing each other. Bullshit.
New rivals coming up.
Anyway.
Last game we got, they saved this one for last, baby, on purpose. At 6:45 Mountain Time on New Year's Day on ESPN. In New Orleans, Louisiana, we got the Sugar Bowl. The Irish of Notre Dame are taking on them Dogs of Georgia. Oh, boy. Obviously, I'm the most excited for this matchup, Max. Are you putting this at the top of your excitement list of these 4 games?
Absolutely, Cobras. Yeah, I know that you're a big Notre Dame fan. You grew up in South Bend, but I already told you that if Purdue's not having a good season, my backup team is Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
So I always root for Notre Dame.
Backup.
Yeah, but regardless, I always root for Notre Dame unless it's Purdue versus Notre Dame. Yeah,
sure. Georgia is 1.5-point favorites in this game. They are here because they are the SEC champions, the 2 seed in this. They took down Texas in a good one there in Atlanta. Notre Dame is here because they took down Indiana 27-17. Now you hear that score, Max, 27-17. You think, okay, Irish won by double digits, but Hoosiers put up a fight. They were there. No, they were not. It was 27-3 with 87 seconds to go. 27-3 with 87 seconds to go. Hoosier scored a quick tutty, got an onside kick, scored again, got another onside kick. It was a sloppy last minute and a half there, but as we know, I was there with my dad. A great time with my dad, and definitely making memories with my mom too. But that was awesome on Saturday to be out there with my dad. We got there early for game day.
I just got a great appreciation for how hard it is to get here and the opportunity that very few people get. And I'm just thankful and grateful for it. And whether we're a 12 seed or a 1 seed.
Of course, we had to see game day, and then eventually they moved game day inside the stadium, which was cool, and they were right by us game day for the last hour or so of the show. Right by us in the stadium. But damn it, Max, I'm sure you watched this one. It was freaking loud in there.
Yeah.
It was insane. So rowdy. No one sat the whole game. Nobody freaking sat. I don't think people could because of all their layers. On. I don't think they could get their asses on the correct seats. But got a good 44-yard bomb from Jordan Faison here. Here it is. That set up a Riley Leonard clinching touchdown to put us up 27-3. But let me get your opinion on this, Max. The Notre Dame wide receivers, they were warming up shirtless before the game. Now, it was mid-20s out there. I had 6 layers on my bottom. I had 8 layers on top. And damn it, if the students weren't taking their shirts off, People in the crowd were taking their shirts off. Let me tell you this one. A guy to my left over here, he takes his shirt off, and he's going fucking nuts. I'm watching the game. 2-3 minutes go by. I look back on him. His face is purple. His arms are purple. I think he was going into
hypothermia. Yes.
And he's shaking, and his buddy's got to take off his shirt next. But what do you think? Is that tough or is that stupid?
Stupid. You don't risk your life to be an idiot at a football game.
Purple.
It's stupid.
Any thoughts from you on this Notre Dame Hoosiers game? 27-3 with 87 seconds to go. It was a blowout.
Mm-hmm. No, I had Notre Dame all the way on this. I don't know what else to say. Notre Dame looks good, especially after that loss that they had against Southern Illinois. Was that what it was?
Northern Illinois.
Illinois.
And somebody had the balls to bring a Northern Illinois flag to the game day. And then I saw it for about 10 minutes, and then I didn't see it the rest of the night. So somebody took that down.
He put that away. He put that away real quick.
Yeah, Brad was thinking this one was going to be a lot closer, but I'm not so sure about that. But this game, Notre Dame, Georgia, in the Sugar Bowl, definitely going to be a lot closer than what we saw in South Bend last week. Where you going here, Max? In New Orleans, Louisiana.
Wow. This is down south, Breezy. This is down south. With the South, they're going to be rooting for Southern teams.
They are.
Okay, I think that this is going to be. I know we're thinking that this is a neutral court or neutral field. I don't know.
Yeah,
it seems a little bit more on the Georgia side of things.
No, you're right.
Now I'm gonna.
Oh, whoa!
I'm gonna throw a little curveball at you, Breezy. I am still going Georgia.
I'm shot.
I'm going Georgia. But here's the thing. I don't want them to win. I want Notre Dame to win. I want them to win. Okay. I'm even looking, because I'm looking at both schedules. I'm not that impressed actually by really either team.
Sure.
I mean, Georgia beat Texas twice.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
That's pretty big. Pretty big. They lost to what? Alabama and then Ole Miss. Ole Miss was, I think, was ranked. So not bad losses. Not bad. And then Notre Dame, I mean, but what? They beat Army and Navy. That's like the big games.
Yeah. USC and I'm forgetting one too. One.
But I can pull it up. But when you're looking at the stats, I mean, I think that Beck from Georgia is a better quarterback than Leonard. No offense. I think Leonard with 17 touchdowns this year, it doesn't look like he really passes the ball. What's going on with that, Cole Breezy?
He's a rushing quarterback. You said the Georgia quarterback's better than Riley Leonard?
28 touchdowns to 12. 28 against 17. Just saying.
Carson Beck. You forget he tore his UCL?
Oh, I do not remember that.
Now you don't remember that from last podcast, huh?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Oh, God.
It's been a long week.
So he ain't playing. Playing. Yep.
That makes me flip. I think when you don't have your starting quarterback,
flipping like a flapjack.
Let's go Notre Dame. Let's go.
Oh, wow.
You don't have your starting quarterback. Oh my goodness.
Flipping like a flapjack. My goodness.
We talked about that. Sorry.
We talked about that 2 weeks ago on there.
2 weeks ago. Sorry, it's Christmas. I got other things on my mind, man.
Notre Dame's biggest win was at Texas A&M. They also beat a ranked Louisville team. It's not impressive. Georgia's strength of schedule is definitely better. But, Max, I am obviously going with my Irish. Ain't no doubt about it. This is going to be a fist fight. This is going to be a boxing match. I see Oregon, Ohio State more like a tennis match. Notre Dame, Georgia, this is going to be fucking pounding. Like we just said, Carson Beck, he's out. Gunnar Stockton's in. Don't know anything about him.
Yep.
I don't trust him. Notre Dame's also has a big loss here. Riley Mills leading the team with 7.5 sacks. He ripped up his knee sacking Rourke last week, so he's done for the season. But this is one of the deepest teams Notre Dame has had, deeper than any Brian Kelly team. Have a lot of good depth on defense. Question is, can Riley Leonard convert on third and long? Like you just said, Max, Riley Leonard, he doesn't really throw the ball much. Third and long, Notre Dame's one of the worst teams converting on third and longs, and the Irish have had less offensive third down plays than anyone in the country. So they haven't even faced third downs this year. Georgia, they can be beat by a running quarterback. Their 2 losses. Alabama, their quarterback Jalen Milroe ran for 117 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Nice.
And then the Ole Miss loss, Jackson Dart, QB for the Rebels. He ran for 50 yards, a solid.
Nice.
Riley Leonard, he's a running quarterback. Got those 2 guys in the backfield, Julian Love, Jeremiah Love. Julian's his brother, Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price. I love the run game for the Irish. Indiana Hoosiers, they came into the game last week with the number 1 rushing defense in the nation, averaging just over 70 rushing yards allowed per game. Notre Dame put up 193 and 2 on the ground, 5.5 yards per carry. Georgia allows 128 rushing yards on the ground. Notre Dame could run for 250. I got the Irish 23-20 in a good one here.
Nice.
What final score you got for me?
I'm keeping it close, Cole Breezy. I'm going to keep that bad boy close. Let's go 21-17. 21-17. I like Notre Dame's defense, by the way, on that.
You're going Irish.
I'm going Irish.
You told me multiple teams there.
I flipped it. I flipped it. All right. But sorry, everybody. Sorry. But yeah, let's go Irish. Come on.
Go Irish.
I want them to win anyway. Come on.
Go Irish. All right, brother, that's going to do us for our college football playoff quarterfinal episode. Good being back with you. It's been a good 12 days since we recorded. I was home with going to that Notre Dame football game. Also, snuck in a basketball game while I was there. Played Le Moyne. I never really heard of Le Moyne. They're in Syracuse, New York, but a good time there. Shout out to my buddy George. But Max, anything you got for the people before we go home here tonight? Because right now we got the door cracked open here a little bit, and I'm smelling some aroma coming from the kitchen. Kelly's making some steak right now. I'm getting thirsty.
I could definitely see drool coming down from your lips. Don't get it on that shirt, Cole. Oh, well, you put it on the shirt anyway. Oh my goodness. Oh, sloppy Joe. A sloppy Joe would be there. Hey, thank you everybody for coming out to the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast tonight. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Who do you guys think is going to win these matchups? We got
Irish
ones. Hey, starting tomorrow night, I know everyone's going to be, going crazy on the New Year's Eve bash. Maybe just kick back a little bit, relax, have a couple cold ones instead of risking yourself getting arrested, or a car accident or something stupid. Okay, you don't want anything like that to happen.
Totally.
So why don't you just kick back, watch the game, damn it.
Definitely gonna be good. Early kickoff. I like that. I'm actually gonna miss the freaking beginning of it, so I'm not happy about that. But definitely gonna be over in a good amount of time. But yeah, great talking to you tonight, Max. A couple of housekeeping things. Moving forward. Obviously, we're gonna still be talking college football playoff, but there's not gonna be that many games to talk about yet. Left. And so we're moving into Week 18 in the NFL this week. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it. Lions, Vikings fighting for the NFC number 1 seed. I can't wait for that game next Sunday.
That's fun.
So we're talking about the NFL playoffs and college basketball, man. College basketball is really heating up. The Wooden Award midseason top 20 coming out in less than 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So a couple of housekeeping things there. I'm excited. But, Max, take us home, man.
Hey, other than that, Cole Breezy, you enjoy that steak. Enjoy that steak. Try again. Whatever. I was gonna say put a bib on, but you might as well just keep that shirt on.
I'm changing it. I'm changing it.
Are you changing it after wiping your slop over? You just wiped your slop over it.
A little bit of drool and a little bit of booger. That was all it was.
Oh my goodness. You sloppy Joe.